What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some early game tips for people that just started playing Raid. Specifically, these are tips that I wish I knew when I first started Raid almost 6 years ago. Now, keeping with the spirit of the 7th anniversary themed event that we currently have going on right now, I'm going to list 7 things. All right, so first things first. I know it's been said many times, but I still think Kale is a very solid first opening champion here. He is going to be your star champion. He guarantees that you have a poison champion in your roster right away. And we all know poison is the biggest source of damage against the bosses, especially early on when your gear is just very bad. Kale can help you fill that poison role. He also has an AoE on his A2 as well to help you deal with some of the wave content as well. He's not a particularly super strong wave clearing champion, but he's a very decent boss damage dealer. For me personally, I ended up picking Elhain as my first overall champion. I did not research Raid or anything like that. I just picked Elhain because I thought she was the best looking, and I thought her aesthetics and her kit looked very interesting, right? The increased crit rate, the multiple AoEs, double hits, and all that stuff I thought was very interesting. But she doesn't bring any debuff or any kind of special effects, just damage. And in the beginning, and obviously I didn't know this at the time, but in the beginning, your gear is just so bad, she's not going to be doing that much damage anyway. However, Elhain is probably the only starting champion that you probably will see some use sometime later in the end game or in the late game, because you might use her in some of the rare only stages. Now, this first tip kind of bleeds into the second tip. So the second thing that I wish I had, actually I didn't have access to when I first started off, was promo codes. So if you're starting off the game and you didn't actually use a promo code, I would suggest probably re-rolling and going for one of the promo codes that give you a bunch of free champions. They're really good at kickstarting accounts, giving you a bunch of free champions right now. And if you so happen take a promo code with a poisoner, I know I forgot what her name is, but Narma the return. Sorry, Narma the return. So if you have like Narma the return or something, I know she's part of a free promo code. She brings a lot of poisons, right? So if she brings poisons, and that means you don't need Kale on your squad anymore. You can definitely go with somebody like Elhain, which I actually prefer as the number 2 starting champion if you don't have a poisoner. But if you got poisoner from a promo code, definitely go with Elhain. Elhain has a couple AoE attacks, which is a little bit better just for wave clearing. So that would be tip number 2. Look for some promo codes out there and pick some champions that you feel, that you will enjoy playing. Narma's a very good one here. There's going to be some promo codes with Tholen. Tholen's very solid as well. Unfortunately, I didn't have access to promo codes back in the day when I first started. Now, the third tip I got for you guys is opening shards. When to open shards. This was a big one in the beginning for me. I opened shards kind of like whenever, at least for the first little bit, maybe for the first couple weeks. But basically, when you're opening shards, you should probably wait for the best rates, right? You should wait for the 2x boosted events, especially for the ancient and the void shards, so that they give you the highest rate of getting one of the higher rarity champions, right? So ideally, you want a legendary champion because they're so rare, but getting an epic at 16% chance from an ancient shard, for example, on double boosted rate events is actually really good. There's a lot of good epics, and epics are just cheaper to build than legendary champions. So saving your shards for those type of events is a very good thing. It's very impactful to get some of these really good champions, and to give yourself the best rate at those champions. Waiting for 2x events is the best. So 2x events come on rotation, so you don't have to wait too long for every single one, usually on a 6-week rotation. It gives you a kind of a good rhythm in terms of like saving shards and then opening shards, saving shards and opening shards, something to look forward to. And it teaches you guys a little bit about just holding on and saving those shards for these type of events. Now, the fourth tip I have for you guys when you guys are starting out brand new, don't neglect the Arbiter Missions. I remember when I first started off, I didn't really look through the Arbiter Missions that much. Unfortunately, I don't have the Arbiter Missions here to show you guys, but definitely if you guys feel stuck, if you guys feel that you guys don't really have any direction in the game, look towards the Arbiter Missions, knock, 1 or 2 off, start working towards Arbiter. It's not a perfect guide through the game, but it gives you a little bit of direction when you're just looking for something to do. So definitely don't neglect these missions and try to pick her up, relatively quickly, or don't forget about her. Next tip here I got for you guys is make sure you guys click on the market every day. So what I buy from the market, mystery shards, that's a big one. And I also buy these 2-star champions. I buy them even if there's no event on. Basically, they just help me build food. Now, in the beginning, you're not going to have a lot of silver, so you're going to have to manage this a little bit. You can't just buy every single 2-star champion in here because the cost is going to add up and you're not going to be able to get that much silver very quickly, especially in the beginning. But I'd highly recommend buying these green mystery shards whenever you see them in the marketplace. This refreshes every hour, so I definitely click this every hour and just look for these key things. You might see a piece of gear in here that's actually quite enticing, but I would strongly recommend to stay away from buying super expensive pieces of gear unless it's really top notch. For me personally, I only really purchase top tier, like legendary savage pieces, 6-star savage pieces, or 6-star legendary speed pieces. In the beginning, you should not be going broke on one piece of gear unless it's exceptional. Okay. All right. So speaking of gear, the next tip I got for you guys is revolving around gear and how to level up your gear. So in the beginning, you're going to be tempted to level up all sorts of gear because you don't have much, right? And then whatever gear you have is going to look pretty good. Now, you might start off with the starter lifesteal set, right? If you start off with a starter lifesteal set, you're going to have some 4-star pieces, and that might be worth maxing out to 16 because that's probably going to be the only gear set for lifesteal that you're going to have for a long time, and they all come with pretty decent stats out of the box, right? There's no variation from the starter lifesteal set. So those ones probably a decent investment, but I would strongly recommend against 16 plus 16 maxing 3-star or 4-star gear. Otherwise, most gear you can kind of get away with plus 12. Once you start getting 5-star and 6-star gear, that's when you should probably start thinking about going to 16. There's only going to be some key slots that you want a 16 as well. The bottom 3 slots here, so the glove, chest, and boot, going to 16 makes a lot of sense because they give you a lot of stats. Now, going to 16 on the top row, it's not going to be as efficient in terms of what you get for spending the silver. You get a bit of stats, and of course, you get one more roll. But the bottom one, they're going to give you way more stats. And then you're going to get the same roll as well. So if you're going to 16 anything, look towards the glove, chest, and boot. Especially a speed boot, you want to max it out so you get the max speed, of course. They are good investments and they'll be on your account for a long time. Same goes for accessories. Be very careful about maxing these out. The ring, you can definitely hold off maxing out. You just don't get a lot of stats for it. The amulet, if you need the crit damage, you can max out the crit damage. Otherwise, just leave it at 12 or less. And then the banner, if you need the accuracy, go to 16. If you don't, just chill, don't max it out. Accessories are very expensive to spend silver on, so just be careful when you want to max something out for the accessories. All right, guys, and the 7th tip I got for you guys is don't rush yourself to level 100. The reason why you don't want to rush yourself to level 100 is because once you hit level 100, the thresholds for these rewards get way more expensive. It's true, they do get more expensive as you reach level 100 for some arbitrary reason. If you're not 100, there's going to be level brackets where the rewards do change and the thresholds for the rewards do change. Also, if there's a winner take all event in these types of tournaments, those rewards could change depending on what level you're on. But usually going from level 99 to 100, there's not really much of a benefit except level 100 is going to put you in the highest reward, highest also threshold for points. So it's not always advantageous to go all the way up to level 100 very quickly. Enjoy your path up to level 100 and then scoop up as many of these tournament wins as you can and enjoy them while you can, because it's going to get a lot more competitive once you hit level 100. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. I got 7 quick facts or 7 quick tips for you guys. If you guys just starting out raid, just things to look out for, things that I didn't know when I first started out raid and would have been helpful for my journey as well. So anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below. If you guys got any cool tips for brand new players, let them know in the comments below here. Appreciate you guys watching till the end. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.